Hello, doggy. Hello. Today is, alright, good dog. Today, I don't know, can somebody fill me in on what day it is? It's Tuesday, it's Wednesday, I know that. February 17th, I think. Hey, Jerry, hi, Lisa, hi, Turbo. We are currently inside the Congressional Cemetery, which is right outside of the FreedomCorner area. There's just a lot of cool things blooming back here. I figure we'll just hop in here and do the updates in here. Hey, what's up, small water guy? Look at that bush. Holy moly. Hi, Jerry. March 17th, that's right. Yeah, it was tax day 2 days ago. I base everything off of tax days. And we'll just do a little walking around till we get a crew in here. I am in DC right now. Got here yesterday about noon. Got right to the Supreme Court right about whenever all the Freedom Corner warriors were leaving from the 1512 case. And I've been in here once before. I took a tour through this area with a couple of people, probably like a year ago. And I remember there being all these cool angel statues in here on some of the monuments. So how are you all doing today, Patriots? I hope you're all right. Once again, history being made in the Senate. Apparently, you have to do more than a felony to get impeached. And Chuck Schumer and the gang, or in his gang, are just making up rules as they go at this point. And we got every Republican senator just complaining back, saying big words that really have no meaning behind them. So once again, another proof that our government has gone rogue on us. Jerry, we gotta find a way to get in touch with me. We gotta think of a common friend who can share my phone number with you once I tell him it's okay to do that. We don't share numbers. In a perfect world with no trolls, yes, we could share numbers, but unfortunately. And we were all reminded of that again yesterday. We got the bully victims down there harassing our people at the Supreme Court last night. They're victims. They're victims. I think, more assault charges. She's gonna file assault charges. Somebody, if there's some computer guru out there that can edit together a compilation video, I bet we could make a good 45-minute video on her saying, I'm gonna file charges. Somebody should do that. That one's not in my wheelhouse, though. Look at this. A canopy of blossoms. You got everything saved. Yeah, I was hanging out with Sherry last night a little bit. We watched a couple of the videos that were available. And yeah, I mean, I guess the cops gotta listen to her, but my goodness. And it's going to be interesting seeing her try to explain her statements to the police when my trial comes up in June here. That should be interesting, you know. I mean, you look at the video, and then what she says happens is not the same things. Yeah, so Anarchy Snitch trying to press charges on Sherry and Tammy yesterday. We will see what happens. And then the Assault Princess once again wreaking havoc in society. Wouldn't get away with that anywhere but DC. Unbelievable. DC is not feeling well to me right now, actually. So I don't know if you can read that, but this is the John Philip Sousa gravesite. All over Axe, yeah. And she has like minions. I think they're all going to get lucky that follow her around. That's why I stay away from Twitch too. I mean, you can find people saying anything about Twitch on Twitch. So I just stay away from Twitch, period. And really, so what? You're all over Twitch and YouTube, you know. So what? You could disappear tomorrow, you know, and nobody would give a rat's ass about where you are. So that's the thing about fame, man. Yeah, no doubt crying. No doubt. I saw both of them videos. Alright, let's make sure we're all working out alright. Got a nice bench here, thanks to John Philip Sousa. Thank you, man. Get all adjusted. Got battery power coming in. Alright, hang tight. Okay, I think we can do that. Oh, I left my reading glasses in the van. Oh no. Alright. Well, I didn't take notes on the Vigil, so I'm going just from memory here. I attended the Vigil last night and decided not to put up a stream because there was 4 streamers there already. And man, I just wanted to get out there and wave a flag last night, you know? Get back into the scene of the corner, the fight right here in DC. We got a bunch of phone calls again. Chris Quaglin called in first. Johnny Pollock was the last call I can remember. And it was a good time, man. We had a lot of really good updates from Nicole and Roy, who went inside the court for that 1512 hearing in the Supreme Court. And it was really interesting hearing the inside scoop on what's going on there. All right, cool, crying. We'll get in touch. And, well, Nicole was saying how Gorsuch was bringing up the fact that, how come when Jamal Bowman pulled the fire alarm and right in the middle of a vote in the House side there, why wasn't that a 1512 charge? I mean, of course, how many dozens of calls have each one of you made to your congresspeople asking your congressman that same question? So at least we know we're not asking stupid questions because the justice on the Supreme Court is asking the same questions, you know? And there was a lot of other like analogies. They're wondering why all the charges on these J6ers when it's a novel use of that law, and it's not been applied to the repercussions of 20 years in prison for something like that. It's just a totally ridiculous application of law and order, for sure. Especially when you consider that there's hearings going on, especially that you consider when you know what happened on J6. So we got, and then also today, earlier, there was a congressional hearing about 4 National Guard whistleblowers, and they weren't just random National Guardsmen that were testifying today. One was a sergeant major, one was a colonel, one was a brigadier general, and the other one was a captain. So these were upper level National Guardsmen that were there telling Congress today that their superiors, Michael Brooks and Colonel Earl Matthews, lied when they went to testify before the J6 Commission. And so now we got 4 leaders in the National Guard telling us that the 2 that did testify to the J6 Commission lied. They had flat, this is what they lied about, okay? And one of the things that they lied about was that the National Guard was ready to deploy right to the Capitol. They were 2 miles down the road at the armory here, and they were ready to go, but they never got a phone call. It took command 2.5 hours to make a decision to call the National Guard or not in the middle of a crisis emergency. So if the National Guard was deployed, there was a plan that would have gotten foiled, no doubt about it. Yeah, Cleo, so many have blood on their hands. That's what's going on. And we are seeing that the government is rogue. It's rogue at this point, man. Totally rogue. And then we got I was just watching the Senate Mayorkas impeachment hearing, and another novel use of the law applied there by Chuck Schumer. Never before done. Another historically unique, novel use of the law again and again and again and again. Government's off the rails, America. And that leaves me, I'm at plan B mode. What do we do now? It's off the rails. Nobody's standing up. All right. Whatever we're doing right now ain't working. Is the mode of thinking I'm in right now, which isn't a happy place, you know. When God or Jesus said, when you walk into a house, bless the house, and if the blessing doesn't return back to you, leave. You know, that's what I'm feeling here right now. I didn't feel this before when I was in D.C. Definitely feeling it now, though. And it ain't the people I'm hanging out with. It's the city, man. It's the police. It's the government. It's crisis. The train is off the rails here. Okay, Tammy Green's got a little something here. Look up NPVIC laws. They plan to bypass the Electoral College and use popular vote. Yeah, MAGA, it's going to be very interesting. They also found that they were telling the illegals that they got to vote for Joe Biden when they come up here. I mean, what country can you just break into on asylum and think you're going to be able to elect somebody or vote in their elections when you're there? We do got everything, man, but any time now, man. I'm getting sick of popcorn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure these guys and gals rotting in prison are pretty dang sick of it too. Just the fact we got everything doesn't do Matthew Perna any good, right? It's horrible what has happened here. Or Ashley Babbitt, for that matter. It doesn't matter to her that we got everything. How did it turn into this in the first place? Whose head's gonna roll for this? Hey, Ridgeline. How are you, man? So yeah, I'm all chill about. I'm leaving tonight after the vigil. I'm driving home, and it'll be fine. What's up, doggy? Got dogs everywhere in here. All right, thank you, Lamont. Yes, please send me your prayers, man. So I'm gonna still try to get this Philly Vigil thing going on Friday. I got one day when I get home. I'll get home late tonight. Sleep in tomorrow, Thursday. Get fixing, get ready to go, and then head out early Friday and try to get to Philly early. Figure out where and when I can just hold a vigil. So basically, yesterday, Glory B and Sherry and I had a really good time after the Supreme Court hearing. I met them down at the Vietnam War Memorial Wall, and we did some Glory B had a live stream going. If you want to check it out and hang out with us down there for that was a good 2-hour live stream, and they hit all the war memorials, man. They did the Korean War Memorial before I met them, and then I met them at Vietnam. Then we went to the World War II Memorial, and pointed out the World War I Memorial, which isn't nothing more than a columns and a ceiling thing. Hi, Angelina. Cindy. I was hoping you'd be here tonight, but I guess not. There's always tomorrow, right? I'll see you another day for sure. Yeah, Lou, Trump can only do so much. It's we the people that are the change, and it's not happening. It is not happening. Yeah, we got 300, 400, 500 of us, right? And maybe another 3,000 max that are tapped into just keeping tabs on what's going, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. We the people couldn't care less. They don't care. So here we are. What do we do? That's why they don't fix the potholes, because these guys fly helicopters everywhere. I was suggesting to Roger that we just all chip in and go buy North Dakota, and then we'll all go live there and make the Constitution good there. But it seems like that's some type of a plan B is going to have to start working now till these zombies all try to have their DEI, woke government theories and novel ideas blow up in their faces, because it's going to take a couple of years and it's going to be painful. It's going to be ugly to watch it happen. So it'd be cool if we had one state where we could just go hang out while it blows up in their faces. I mean, we've told them all this stuff before. It's like telling a Joe Biden voter right before the election in 2020, don't vote for Joe. And then they don't listen to you, and then they vote for him anyways, and then you get everything we got right now. A little less snow, Angelina? Okay. Well, I don't know what we can afford, how much. We're all broke now because we've been fighting the freedom war so long. We could just make sure we got nice wood stoves and firewood, make some nice cabins, man. Pennsylvania is horrible. It is, and we're rolling right into another rigged election, man. Our government didn't do a thing for us, man. They told us we fixed the problem, and now their fix is mail-in voting is everywhere for all the people to use. Anybody wants to mail-in vote, no excuses. I've already gotten 3 notices to file my mail-in ballot. To get a mail-in ballot, an application. But I'm not going to do it. But I got 3 applications already now. So I don't know. What if I filled them all out? What would happen? I know what would happen. I would go to jail. But anybody else, if you're a Democrat, you put your dog's name on there and stuff and get extra ballots for your dead Aunt Matilda, you know, and it's crazy, man. Yeah, Nebraska's nice, Cleo. They're all the states are nice. There's good stuff everywhere. Or we could just barricade into our houses, but I know it's going to get ugly, man. When I look at these suburbs here and these nice people just walking around with their kids and stuff, when it turns into the gangs that are going to be running rampant around here, it's going to be ugly, man. There's going to be, you know, people picking up legs and chewing on them off the streets all over the country. Wow, Belinda. Wow. Let me post that. That's interesting. Because that's what I feel like is happening in a lot of other places too. The Republicans have totally ignored us, man. We got an incumbent. He is the Senate House leader, majority leader now. But now he's not the majority leader because they lost it last year. He's been in there 9 terms, and there is now somebody that's going to challenge him, and I'm intending to vote for that guy. And every time somebody tries to challenge this guy, they always warn us, like, well, he wields great power in there with that position he has. Well, these great changes, these lame changes have happened underneath his power, so he's got to go. But yeah, look at that. The lady with the camera gets slapped, and the police come and ask her to leave. Why don't the people just go change the locks on that building and start over? So yesterday down at the War Memorials, there was a lot of veterans. There was some type of an event going on where there was a couple of hundred World War II vets, and they were old, and they all had like a chaperone with them that was wheeling them around if they needed to be in a chair. Most of them had chairs that they give them at the memorial there. And then there was a lot of other vets that I was wearing the Ashley Babbitt t-shirt, and I was carrying a flag. I had the only flag you could see anywhere in there, down on the ground, you know. And 5 or 6 people, veterans, came up to me and said, hey, thanks for what you're doing. And I asked them, well, what am I doing? Is it because I'm carrying a flag? And they all pointed to the shirt. And I said, so you're clued in. You know what's going on, right? You know what happened. And they were serious about it. I said, well, we've been down there for 600 nights, man. And we're really getting sick of like waiting for the vets to show up, waiting for the police to show up. 30-40% of all the J6ers are veterans. 10 or 20% are ex law enforcement, public responder people. Where's the LGBT community, man? We got Gus Jankowski's parents were LGBTQ. They abandoned him. We had Jessica Watkins. She's a trans. Where's that community backing up their own people? And it seems like everybody just jettisoned. If you were a J6er, you're scorned now. That's right, small water guy. And that's why it ain't a big deal. That's why my hair ain't on fire right now. It's just me. To me, it just feels like it's time to go home, you know? It's time to get Mickey and Nicole off that corner. But, I mean, Nicole, her old man is still in the jail. Same with Tammy. I mean, how can they stop? But this is futile. This is, I don't know. It's just, and I hate spreading anti-enthusiasm here. But for crying out loud, man, when you can't even go pray in front of a building without screamers coming shoving signs in your face while there's 40 cops standing around there, and they don't come in and do anything about that until something happens. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? I'll be here Memorial Day. I'm committing to that. We're going to do that march, but watch the shit show that happens then too, man. It does seem like the opposition is getting less and less. Let's see, last Memorial Day, there was only 2 bullhorns following us around. And down at the corner, there's only that really ugly looking screamer chick, Dr. Piggy. We caught her, trooper calls her now. Because she's a scientist or so. I don't know, I don't get it, but yeah, here we are, man. Here we are. Yeah, I remember that crying in the dark. I remember how they treated the Vietnam vets. I remember what a clown show that whole Vietnam War was, though. Why were people treating the Vietnam vets like that? Because they didn't agree with the war. But instead of focusing their anger on the government who caused the whole problem, they took it out on the soldiers coming home, man. That was horrible. That was horrible. And all our wars are the same thing. We always find out, oh, it was rigged. It was a rigged war, you know. World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Gulf War, Afghanistan. They're all rigged. They're all rigged, so they make us go to war. And these people are so, they just want to make money. They don't, and people got to die for them to make money. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I had a good time at the Vigil last night. There was about 20 of us there. It was really great. Roy Bunger from Lewisburg was there. He went into the Supreme Court with Nicole. Tom Jeffries was up from Northern Neck Patriots. Tammy, Nicole, Mickey was there. Jen Baker was there. Rebecca, Lily, Dwight, Jade, everyone but Katie. I was waiting for Katie, man. She didn't come last night. She doesn't come every night, which is fine, you know. She has stood on that corner for so long. I love it, though. Definitely hope I see Katie tonight. Right, and J6 world isn't the only thing, man. We need prison reform. Look what they're getting away with in these prisons and stuff. The DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is taken over. It's above the law and order system right now. If you are a victim, you must be heard, is what we're seeing now with everybody's getting arrested and warrants and stuff. Yeah, well, the only time a war should be fought is if you're invaded there, I think, Greg. I don't like how we get talked into these wars everywhere but here, right? Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to rain tonight. We're going to have to set the canopies up or what. That's going to suck. But it is starting to feel like it's kind of drizzling a little bit. Yeah, it's hard, you know, not a lot of sympathetic people with prison reform, you know. A lot of people just go, well, you shouldn't break the law, right? But really, I mean, if you want to keep crime down, you don't want people to get out of jail and then just go right back out and commit another crime. And that seems to be what happens. And when you want to go around splitting up families and stuff, like what they've been doing, you're destroying families. And that creates an environment that breeds, you know, unhappy criminal behavior. If you got strong families, I mean, the government should have incentives for making your family strong, staying together. But instead, they just facilitate and divide and conquer us. Yeah, Cleo, remember when Katie first started coming, man? That was great. I remember having that conversation. She was like, what are you guys doing here? We used to hang out there on the corner for an hour before we go in there, take a nap, have some food. And she came up. And it turns out she volunteers here in this garden. She probably tends these flowers right around John Philip Sousa's grave here. And we told her what we're doing, and she was like, all right. And she started showing up, put a flag in her hand, and then she never looked back. Yeah, it does seem odd that we have privately owned prisons. Because now all of a sudden you have an incentive. You got to make a profit if it's a business. But every time you let the government just build you a prison, they just make the costs of it go skyrocketing through the roof, and it doesn't. They want to raise taxes all the time because they're incompetent at running things like that. So now everything's subcontracted out. I was wondering if these the guards that work here at this prison are federal employees. Are they even federal employees? Because they're supposed to hear about the Constitution on Constitution Day every September 17th, right? Did they get to hear the Constitution? Congress made an act. Constitution Day, Constitution Week. Everyone who's a federal employee must get a copy of the Constitution and be made aware of what the Constitution is. I don't know why they made an act, and then what happens if they don't do that? Nothing. What Chuck Schumer pulled today is outrageous. Outrageous, man. And I can't even get my brain around it yet. Because I didn't have, 8 hours to sit and watch that stuff today. I only had 3. Federal and contractors. And then we heard early that a lot of the workers in there were work visa immigrants, right? And it turns out that they don't say anything about anything, because if they do complain and they lose their job, they might get sent back to their country, because then they won't be employed, which is a requirement for their work visa. I don't know. So it was a good crowd there at Freedom Corner last night. I hope there's a great crowd there tonight. It is building there slowly but surely. And I know, I waver, man. I get all like jacked up on it, and then I get all like, why are we doing this? And that's what I'm just crying out right now. I'm sure I'm not going to just give up tomorrow on all this stuff. But man, it gets hard. It gets hard. And I've thrown everything I got at it, so... it sucks we haven't won yet. Tammy, the one part of the prison was defunct, and I don't know if it was a month before J6, but it was like reopened. And it sounded like they were anticipating to have a whole influx of new prisoners in that prison. But the one side that's the medical facility was still open and in operation there. Yeah, Angelina's got the scoop. So, I mean, J6 was a setup. I mean, no doubt about it. But we're the only people that know it, basically. Oh, it is really expensive, Matt. Yeah, it's $300 a day if you're going to stay somewhere. We do it pretty cheap, or I've been doing it really cheap by just boondocking, and you know, I don't eat out all the time. So I was able to stretch my money further, but it only got so far, you know, it only stretches so far. And then it gets cold. And then luckily you Patriots have got like Trooper and Sherry a place to stay, man. That's awesome. Last year and this year. And the Patriots that have financed that are incredibly devoted, you know. But they're money people, you know. I'm not a money person. Those are people that make $200,000 a year or whatever. I don't know. They make way, way, way more money than I do, and that's their thing. They got money. That's their bullets in their gun, you know. My bullets in my gun is I know how to do this cheap, and I don't know. I got skills.
So they only have USB-C outlets. Now I gotta get an adapter for everything because everything USB input.
Right on, Matt. And awesomeness on what you're making, and that's what you're contributing. There's a story in the scriptures about that, right? The beggar lady who gave a smite is giving more than the rich man who's given $1 million, right? Yes, and there's a lot of people like that for sure. $5, it comes in from all different people that way. Yeah, right on, Turbo. Met those rock. It's been in there from the beginning, I think. I can't ever remember Met Fury not being in here. All right. All right, we're gonna go mobile here. So yeah, like I say, I was at the Vigil, so I didn't take notes. So I don't have like specific stuff to talk about today. And basically the only thing that happened was that whistleblower meeting and the Chucky Schumer novel use of the Senate hearing today for Mayorkas, which didn't get us anywhere. Got us nowhere. So I'm just going to start wandering around here for a little bit. Try to show you some of the monuments that are in here. Some of them are really cool. Like this one. That would be a great monument right there. That's all you need. Big old stone cross. Check that one out right there. It looks like it's logs, but it's concrete. Or granite or something. Oh, I went to the National Arboretum today. I went through the bonsai house. They got some really cool bonsais in there. I want to try to find one of these angels. Yeah, Carol, I think that's going around right now. Not a bad day, but just a blah day. Another day here. Here's a real pretty grave site like Katie takes care of here. Some people really get decked out with the flowers on their grave sites. Hey, Jay Jones. Seems like there are always just some flies in the ointment though, Turbo, right? Yeah, they do, Matt. This one's very pretty, very pretty. And it's the dog people that have made this happen here, honestly. I was told it was run down, man. That brick wall out by where the Vigil is used to be like all beat up. You can see where they fixed the whole thing. And that iron fence was all rusty. That stuff is high maintenance, man. A brick wall with a big iron fence on it. You gotta dump some money into that every once in a while. Yeah, it could be Angelina. That was another gut punch yesterday. Was right when I was getting ready to leave my house. They chemtrailed the snot out of the sky where I live, man. Way more than normal. And every time I look up at the sky and I see those things, it's like getting punched in the gut. It really is. It is so uncool that they keep doing that. And then most people just go, well, that's just water vapor. I mean, it's so irrational to just explain that away with that excuse. Just open your eyes and look at it. You can see what it is, you know? There's scientific papers about it all over the place. I just heard that Dubai just accidentally put too much in the air and nearly flooded themselves out. Yeah, Cherie, just stop it. Yeah, they made a law against them in Tennessee. If it's water, can you ban water vapor coming out of a jet engine? I don't understand that. But people still insist that it's not happening, and it's right up in the sky over their heads. So when we say, like, the evil's got to come to their house before they understand things, it already is at their house. It's been at their house for a couple years now. COVID, the chemtrails, fluoride in the water. It's right there. Now it's DEI at the schools our kids are going to. And I got a cough again. The DC swamp cough. So I gotta go home and nurse that back. And I'm sure quitting smoking would help that. Well, I'm not sure what this means, but oh, is it Cleo? Wow. Well, yeah, there is a lot of unknown children, right? A lot. Way too many. All right, did the trooper come on yet? Yeah, no doubt, Matt. We will have the Great Awakening. It's coming for sure. If not in this life, then the next. That's guaranteed. Okay, Jerry, thanks. Trooper just came on. Time to start heading back then. Omaha is nice, except for North and South Omaha. Oh, that's funny, Cleo. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hey, Sherry. Sapphire, Gator Girl had a tornado where she lives. Wow. Yeah, Ridgeline, she's always driving. I never noticed this one before. That's a cool monument right there. Yeah, Carol, Gator Girl tells you what weather's coming down the road, huh? right back where we started here. I did get to practice a little bit with a gimbal. Yesterday with Glory B, I hijacked Glory B's stream for about a half hour yesterday at the World War II Memorial. Had a little fun with that. And she's got a pretty nice gimbal. So I had never used a gimbal before. And I was experimenting with that. Because I know, like right now, everything's kind of shaky when I'm walking like this. So we'll see about getting a gimbal one day. Yeah, that's more my style too. Look at this tree. This tree is fantastic. That's crazy. Like the purple things grow all the way down the stems on that bush. Wow. And I just want to show you the big chair. I don't know what the big giant Adirondack chair has to do with this cemetery, but it's here. And they always paint it. They paint it up different ways all the time. So right now it's got the spring flowers in it. Looks nice now. I'm back from the dead, Sapphire. Yeah, right on. I'm gonna shut her down, get a drink of coffee here. Yeah, at least it ain't the rainbow, right? I mean, I was like, what now? A rainbow chair. That's another thing, they just cram it in our face all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna shut down the stream and then probably get another one growing when I head down there to FreedomCorner. Probably get started in a half hour here or so. So thanks for coming along, Patriots. Hope you enjoyed this space, this talk. And we will carry on till we meet again. This is Jericho, over and out.